Have you ever sensed the energy of spirit around you? I'm not talking about that light, nice, kind of angelic energy. I'm talking about that dark, heavy energy. Maybe you see a shadow in the corner of your eye. Maybe there's that dark, heavy energy that's sort of pressing down or making the room really cold. You know, it's really unnerving when that happens in your own bedroom. Your heart starts to race. Your mind wanders with the worst case scenario. And your system is completely flooded with stress and fear. What I want to talk to you today is about turning this fear into your spiritual superpower. After all, we all experience fear. It's one of the reasons why we're here on earth, is to experience the heavier energies that we simply don't get in the spirit world. You know, in the spirit world, there's the love, light, pure bliss, grace. And as an evolving soul, we want to come down to earth. We want to experience the 3D of the polarity and the heaviness. And so we all have our own journeys when it comes to fear. A client came to me who was experiencing sleep paralysis. Now, this is an extreme level of fear in the bedroom where it's the energy body that's between awake and asleep. You feel like you're in a coffin, you feel stuck, you're awake, but you can't move. And there's this dark energy that's pressing down, making you feel like your chest is going to explode. I can imagine that this particular client was experiencing such a level of fear that it was having a ripple effect on her children, on her marriage. You know, like waking up to someone who's in that kind of panic would have a ripple effect, even on her career, so on and so forth. So when she came to me and said, like, Claire, help, this can't continue, what's going on? What we had to do was explore where the fear first began. Now, we're all born with just two fears, the fears of loud noises and the fear of being dropped. Thinking about being a baby, that would make sense. So any other fear is learnt, and we can quickly unlearn those fears as quickly as we learnt them. So what I had to do with this particular client was to understand her history, understand how the fear from her mum's sleep paralysis had been impacting her, how when she was a child experiencing spirit, that some of the messages from her parents were like, they're demons, they're dangerous, you know, and it just built upon layer and layer of more and more and more fear. It became a habit for her when it comes to bedtime, and the resentment and the analyzing and the stress of going to bed. Like, it was, the fear was just an automatic response now. And so what we needed to do was go back unconsciously, like through hypnosis, to go back and understand what was going on when she was little that meant that that fear could come in. Because we're all actually born with the ability to see spirit. We're all born with our guardian angels. And so when spirit comes in when we're little, there's that quick moment in time where we get to decide, you know, is this something that's, you know, maybe an angel? Or is it something that's really scary and I need to get out of here? For me, when I used to see spirit when I was little, you know, it would be like, oh, okay, I'm not alone. Who are you? What are you doing in my bedroom? But I can fully appreciate that somebody else would be like completely in fear, like under the bed, under the covers, get away, you're not allowed to be in here, I don't know what to say to you, I don't know what to do. And so the more that that fear sets in, the more that those portals of energy come to us to really prove to us that that fear, there's a reason to be fearful. So how do we turn that around? What do we need to do to get rid of that sleep paralysis, to get rid of that fear? Well, we actually have a choice. We have that choice to lose the victim energy, to lose the anger, to lose all of the messing of the mind and the way that the ego wants to keep us small. We have that choice to rise above it. But some of the work actually has to get done on an unconscious level. Again, like going back to when we were little, or even going back to past lives, or going back to worlds between lifetimes. Sometimes I like to take clients back to between lifetimes to understand, you know, what are the contracts going on? Why do you continue to have this pattern of fear over and over again? What is your relationship with your self-empowerment? And what's making it so difficult to rise up, to bring in the light? Because that fear can't exist when that light is there. So when it comes to my own personal journey of sensing some pretty heavy, weird stuff, I know that I have to call in my guardian angels. I know that I need to call in a layer of protection around me. I know that I have an ability to expand my energy out, that I am that powerful within my energy body, that they have no right to be there. That dark energy must leave. The light is so much stronger than the darkness. And so if you're somebody who's experiencing like nightmares, sleep paralysis, seeing this heavy energy, it is actually part of your initiation. It is part of your spiritual awakening, because the fear is something that you can't ignore. You know, you see a nice, friendly spirit, like, oh, that's nice, and get on with your day. But the fear gets your attention, and it gets you to wake up to some of your spiritual abilities. It gets you to wake up to your own intuition, to trusting yourself. And so if you're somebody who's experiencing that level of fear, it is time for you to connect in with your guides, to connect in with your higher self, and to bring in that self-empowerment. Once you do, your life will completely transform. As I was saying there, like your relationships can improve, parenting can improve, even your careers can improve, because you're coming from that heartfelt, strong energy that I can do anything, that anything I want is possible, and I can open doors and make this life really beautiful when I'm in those high energies, when I allow myself to come up to that beyond that 3D, to the 4D and the 5D. It's a really beautiful experience. So again, if you're experiencing fear, get in touch with me and we can really easily dissolve that so your life ahead becomes so much easier. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you later.